How's it going, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops. Welcome to Video Chicken. To my left is my host, Kristen Warren.
I think this one really could be a male.
Oh, we got one that's hatching? This show is for you guys. This is the bass fiber. Y'all know chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading.
We survived with only one trip to the ER.
Coyotes are everywhere.
It's about time you show up, Matt.
Uh-huh.
It's a great straw.
It is time, finally, for chicken police. They defecate every 12 seconds. Is that true? Now it is officially noon because the buzzer went off.
Well, I've never counted.
That's long
More
road.
coops.
That's a good one with the ports and everything.
And more chickens.
Well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
Calm down, Matt.
But-
Calm down.
Wow, she's got the sound of Ingrid is on point today. She is not messing around.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. My name is Matt. Welcome to Video Chicken Live. To my left is my co-host Kristen, our chicken expert. Behind the camera, behind the microphone, and the computer over there is Ingrid, making sure everything looks good, sounds good. We got a little extra early start today. Today is going to be an awesome show. Look at goosebumps
Yes,
already kicking in.
Verify that.
We should. We're not making promises, but the world famous Dave and Jenny Mars from the show Fix It or Fabulous on HGTV, who we did a coop for back in last November, and the show aired finally, I think it was March 29th, agreed to come on to the show today. Yay. And I just wanted to talk to them, have a conversation, see how things are going. They are some of the greatest people I've ever worked with. A lot of fun. And I just so grateful they're willing to come on the show and wanted to share that all with you guys. And of course, if we are able to squeeze in any questions that maybe you guys have for them, please leave those questions and comments down below. But more important than anything, definitely give us a wave. Let us know where you're watching from. Do everything you can to share the show. The show is growing. I am so proud of that. Also, don't forget, right here is that golden bell. I should be the one ringing it, but someone.
The rules are a little loose.
Yeah, apparently. Here's the golden bell. You have your chance to win a free t-shirt. One is going out today for last week's show. His name was Jared. Just wrote him a little thank you letter. He got the question right about the water bar.
That's right.
But the reason for the bell is I love when people submit a question or comment and I'm like, dang, thank you. That is awesome. And it helps contribute to all of us.
Yes.
So that's the reason for the bell.
It's about contribution.
Contribution. And I know there's some people out there not happy already. I tell you, it gets tricky giving away things for free, trying to make everyone happy.
That's right.
So we got people from all over.
Yes. So again, leave your questions and comments. People are coming in. If you're just joining us, we are live. It is April 29th. We should have an awesome show. Well, we're going to have an awesome show no matter what, but Jenny and Dave Mars from the famous show called Fix It or Fabulous on HGTV will be joining us. If you didn't catch it, on March 29th aired episode 3. The Turning Point, the series was called The Welcome In, and we did a chicken coop for them. And we got a lot of good airtime, which I am so thankful for.
I did finally see it.
You did?
Yes.
Wait, you watched it here, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to force you to watch TV. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you waited till I clocked out, too.
But again, they are very, very busy. And we got about 20 minutes. So they said they'll be able to come on at noon Eastern. They're going to be able to give us about 20 minutes of airtime here. So we're going to just wait patiently for them. I have a good feeling they'll be here. And, oh, there they are.
So punctual.
So punctual. Love it. There they are. All right. Ingrid, bring them in. Oh my God. I'm so happy. What's going on, guys?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you guys.
Hi.
I was just doing it. You're going to have to kind of come a little bit closer. Don't be shy.
You kind of got squished together.
A whole lot of me.
That's fine. I haven't done my hair today, so it's good.
No, you look great as always. So do you, Dave. Thank you guys so much for being here. I was just doing an introduction, letting everyone know that how thankful we are that you guys are giving us 20 minutes of your time. I know you're so busy. Can't thank you guys enough. So how have you guys been?
We've been good.
busy.
Yeah.
Very,
I know
very.
we always say that, but it always seems to get busier.
Awesome. So I was hoping just to kind of recap on what we did for you guys. I had a couple questions. Would love to talk about the maybe a little bit of behind the scenes, things like that. So
And chickens, of course.
and yeah, we definitely. I can't wait to hear about how the chicken coop is going. So I wanted to start it off. I have probably the most important question. How is Charlene doing?
Dave?
Charlene is she's good. She took a little bit to get started and get her back home, but she is still a fixture at our house.
Oh, so she's at your personal property now.
Oh, yeah.
And let's remind people that this is a cherry picker. Is that right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I wanted to kind of make people
It was
that
part of the show.
If you haven't seen the show yet, again, this is Jenny and Dave Mars from the show Fixer to Fabulous. You can catch it on HGTV. Back on March 29th, we got some airtime, which again, I can't thank you guys enough for that, showing off the assembly of the coop. I did also want to give a personal thanks to Dave. I'm sure he caught what happened. We were told when we were talking to the production company, no name dropping. Dave gave us a name drop. We're high-fiving behind the scenes. We're like, yeah.
It might have slipped. It was an accident, I'm sure.
I love it.
Anytime I can.
You guys are awesome.
But
awesome.
yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Charlene is the other woman in my life.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That was so well done when you guys were doing the interview process for the episode. Jenny, that was brilliant. She's the other woman is like, I don't like it.
Yeah, well, Dave comes home with a lot of random things, so that's just how it's been forever. You never know what Dave's going to show up with. So yeah,
I love that.
Were like we really actually we needed you guys so much more than you know when you came, because you literally were the one nice thing on our property. You gave us hope that there was a path forward.
at the time, yes.
I knew I was going to have serious problems in my with building if the coop remained that much better than the house forever.
Well, thank you for that. I didn't realize
nice.
that, but yeah. Yeah. So how is the coop going? And again, just to kind of remind people, if you haven't seen it, Dave and Jenny Mars, what they did is they rehabbed a home that was built in the 1800s, and you can catch a 4-part series. And I think they did a phenomenal job putting it all together. I tell you, it is incredible. I can't imagine how many hours was actually filmed, but you got 4 hours, right?
Right.
And just did a great job, I think, showing it off. But have you guys had a chance to start implementing the renting of it yet?
Our first guests arrive on Wednesday. So we're
Oh,
just
yeah,
now
that's
open.
fantastic.
We're waiting for the episodes to all air before we started having guests. So we open on Wednesday. That'll be our first guest.
Yep.
Good.
We're booked for a lot. I mean, for most of the rest of the year.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
I think they all want to see that coop.
Yeah.
Yeah, do they get fresh eggs?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
And you will be happy to know that, Cinnamon, so that was the behind the scenes. The chickens that we brought out literally left 4 seconds after we finished filming because we weren't done with the house. We had no way, it was middle of winter. But Cinnamon was reunited with Jenny Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
She's
again,
back in the coop.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, if you guys didn't get a chance to check out that 4-part series, especially episode 3. Oh, my.
Yeah,
we
let's just
could,
make sure.
it was so funny because Jenny's literally like, this is the first time I've held a chicken, but look at, she's starting to like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I remember correctly, was it legitimate? You did have a fear of chickens?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't like, they
She
kinda,
still does.
Yeah. But Cinnamon, she fell asleep in my arms. I mean, we had a bond. We're good pals now. So you really helped change my mind about chickens. I like them from a
Yes.
distance.
Oh,
Just don't wanna touch
there's always a reluctant spouse. So there it is, right there.
There,
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there always a reluctant spouse?
Usually.
Yeah.
And they come
Yeah,
around all the
we
time.
We've had chickens for a long time, and I love them for the eggs. I love to give them our scrap food. I think that's I love that, but I just don't want to touch them normally.
Mhm.
And so I got a whole chicken, and she was good.
So
good.
a question we've been getting a lot is, while the property's being rented and you have this big, beautiful chicken coop there, who is going to be the person in charge of making sure the chickens are being taken care of?
So that's well, I think that there's a two parts to that question. The first is it will be Charlotte, our daughter, who is she loves everything chickens. But that's the great thing about your coops is like the bins for the the food and the self waterers, and there is so much about these coops that you don't have to be there every minute, and you don't have like they can sustain on their own more so than they could in a normal chicken coop.
Right. But we also do have a team that's taking care of them. So we have a really cool program that we've implemented at the Welcome Inn with a local organization, called Saving Grace. And this is a nonprofit. They're like 2 miles from the house. And basically they take in young women ages about 19 to 23 who have aged out of foster care or come out of homelessness. And so they provide a home, and they have all of these different kind of training and mentorship programs. And so now at the Welcome Inn, we have a mentorship training program where the girls are in charge of taking care of the house and preparing it for the guests and taking care of the chicken coop and the chickens. And that's all part of the program. And we have a person that is training them and kind of in charge, like kind of their boss, and helping them to learn this, this idea of, number one, hospitality and the hospitality industry, but then also caring for the chickens and the gardens at the end. So they're kind of learning two very different skill sets, but hopefully will really help them, have a new pathway for life.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't it incredible
I love it.
what chickens can bring to the table?
Yes.
Literally.
Yes. And I mean, it could foster a hobby, a passion. Really, I mean, just like you hatching eggs in elementary school, is where this started. So you never know what seeds are planted will develop later. So
well, and I love that. Like, first off, we can't thank you guys enough for coming down and doing this.
Yes.
But the fact that so many different guests and people are going to get to experience the chickens and collect the eggs, and you talk about your non-typical, Airbnb or vacation house. That's got to be right up there with, one of the stranger things that we want you to do or that you get to do at an Airbnb.
I love it. And I'm telling you, you're setting the path for the future. You're going to see that more and more. And it's just amazing. Especially, I cannot believe how beautiful that home turned out inside and outside. I hope you guys are starting to see the results of all that hard work. I mean, it's just, you're going to not only, I love the business side of it, but the lives you're going to touch there and help those people to come there is going to be absolutely
well, and you
incredible.
guys better come as well. I mean,
you gotta come back.
You're traveling across the country. I know more than probably most people. So I'm sure your path can go through Bentonville at some point.
Yes.
And if it does, we need a coop at our house. So you can stay, stay at the Welcome Inn. We need a coop at our house.
Yeah,
Okay.
and actually, if
Our
it's
coop
booked,
is
we can.
terrible. It's embarrassing.
If it's booked, we can sleep in the coop because we've done that too.
There you go.
Yeah, truth be told. So I am also dying to ask another question is, were you legitimately, like Jenny's face when that glass sound of breaking happened? And I wanted to know now if you guys had any clue that was going to happen.
No
None.
clue.
None.
The
You
only
know how Lori is, our producer. She is, if she could have figured out a way to put like I don't know what it's even called, but a herd of raccoons in there when we opened the door, she would have. She will do anything to. And her breaking that glass. Oh my gosh. Well, telling you to break. I don't know how it worked out.
No. Truth be told, I don't know if I really kind of told you guys a lot. What happened is it was my idea, and I didn't want to tell Lori because what happened is on set they're like nothing happens unless Lori knows. I'm like, watch this. So your property project manager, I forget her title, Kim, is amazing.
Oh yeah.
What a wonderful human. One of the best attitudes I ever got to work with, where she's like, whatever, let's make it happen. So she's the only one. I said, go give me a piece of glass that can be sacrificed.
Oh,
And
yeah. Mama.
Yeah, so her and I said, don't tell anybody else because I really think I can pull this off. Well, anyway, so we staged that piece of glass and only her and I knew it was going to happen. But in the back of my mind, I'm kind of paranoid. I do like to play by the rules, but I broke it and, the sound came through so well. I remember the sound guy going afterwards, he goes, oh, Matt, that was brilliant. I could hear it so well on your mic. But I didn't get the chance to see your guys' reaction because I'm leaning down. Yeah. And I have to say, especially on Jenny's face, you could see some real no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I was on the verge of tears, Matt. It's okay. You're lucky.
No, I got to say, when you first said that you would come down and do the coop for us, we didn't really know how it was going to play out, but your personality, and your whole crew they're amazing. And
I think there was a social media campaign for Carolina Coops show.
Seriously, if not, there definitely needs to be.
I appreciate that because, and again, I want to let everyone know, Jenny and Dave are such legitimate great people. You see these people on TV and you just never really know. They were just such great people and spent actually a lot of time talking with us. And, there was one part that I wish would have made the show. And Jenny, you probably remember this. Dave, I don't think you were there. Somehow, she came down and a piece of glass did actually break for real. And I was kind of freaking out. But somehow, next thing we know, we have Jenny doing chin-ups on the trusses.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I know. It didn't make the show. We did our chicken dance. We did chin-ups.
I forgot about that. Yes, Jenny, we're teaching her the chicken dance.
How could that not make the cut?
Yeah, really.
I don't know. I bet they'll have it in a behind-the-scenes episode at some point. We saved that footage for something really special.
You know what? I think my favorite line of the entire 4 episodes was you, Matt. When how it made the show is beyond me. But when we were talking about Charlene and I said, I hope she comes back, and you said, they always do. They always do. I was like, I cannot believe that's on the show. That was such a good impromptu one-liner. I was like, man, well played. I wish I would have thought of it.
Sorry. No, you're right. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was just trying to be me. It was the first time for us doing that, but I just wanted to be me. And, again, I can't thank you guys enough. That was such a fun time. So I know there were a couple other questions. We got about 5 more minutes of your time. Can't thank you guys enough for being here. And I want to make sure before I forget, in case we do run out of time, congratulations on the launch of having your outdoor furniture in Walmart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And I want to thank you because I have the hardest time picking out outdoor furniture, and your stuff to me just makes sense. So thank you. It is brilliant. It's beautiful. It's simple, which I think makes it beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
All the way down to, the area rugs, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm not an interior designer, but I draw blanks with interior rugs, and those ones are just so beautiful. So I think bravo.
So nice. So we tried to just model it after what you guys are doing. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you use good products, like we have teak, they really are.
But it's also very affordable.
It is very affordable, but it's very durable. I want it to last, and I think that's a model that you live by, and so we're happy. So thank you.
You're welcome. I can't wait to actually walk in and see it myself. And I know we're going to be picking out some items. So I thought that was an awesome job. So Charlene's good. Congratulations on the Walmart. And were there any parts that maybe I don't remember that did air that didn't air that maybe you were hoping that did when we were doing the chicken coop?
I think the chicken, you already nailed the chicken dance and the chin-ups. That was really fun. I don't know. I think, I'm trying to remember how long start to finish was the build of the coop. It was
like lightning speed. You guys did it in 2 days, 2 or 3 days?
No, we did it in 7 days, but thank you. And, and truth be told, and I appreciate the movie Magic, and you guys probably remember, I was so upset that, it wasn't actually 100% done. But we were able to finish the coop, obviously, and then a couple of those pics did make it. And I can't wait to come back and see the landscaping. I mean, to see the English gardens, wow, just absolutely.
I know. We had to reveal it in the winter, so everything was dead. So that was a bummer too. So now everything here is starting to bloom, and the grass is green, and it's starting to really get really beautiful back there. You know, it was before too, but it really is beautiful now.
So one thing that I actually am kind of glad it didn't make it, but I'm surprised it didn't. When you first showed up on site, and I am a stickler about square, straight, and true foundations, because you have to start with a good foundation or everything goes poorly from there. And you definitely pulled one over on me when you said that my stuff was out of square. You remember you pulled square and you're like, Dave, we got a big problem here.
Oh my God.
I was right, but you made me believe that we were going to have to rip out all that concrete and redo it.
I completely forgot about that. I was messing with them from the first minute.
It was.
Oh my God.
Concrete is so hard to get. I mean, it's so hard to get concrete right now. And I literally remember, you must have told us 15 times, hey guys, you got to make sure this foundation is exactly right. Because, you know, like anyone that has bought a Carolina Coop knows, but anyone that hasn't or is thinking about it, like the reason that they're able to build these things in 7 days is they put together, that you guys are, you put together a bunch of panels, you know, as much pre-work as you can do. And it's got to be right when you show up. So you scared me for a second.
It's got to be. You probably remember this term, and they started laughing at me. Even Kim's like, what does dead nuts mean? Matt says it's got to be dead nuts.
That's right.
I think I've asked that.
It does. That's the dead nuts. Yeah.
So I forgot about that. That I now do wish that did make it. But
hey, so you guys have asked about us a ton. What about you guys? How's business? Are you guys crazy busy?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I thank God every day that we are as busy as we are. We have the best problems in the world, but I tell you, it is a fight still every single day. And I am just hell-bent to still expect perfection and that we will figure it out. And I'm grateful. Everything I envisioned from when this business began in the bottom of the dumpster is happening. You know, I just saw it so clearly in my head. I remember my father teaching me as a kid, shooting a basketball, you got to see it first. And I was always like, that just makes sense. And you got to visualize it, and it is happening. But I'm learning each time we take another big step into uncharted waters, it's going to feel like the world's coming to an end, but that's normal. And you either fight through it or you tuck your tail and run. We're going to fight through it again. And that's what we're going through now with the, you know, where we are here in Raleigh, North Carolina with the new plant it's a big monster. But we're getting through it, and everyone's healthy and everyone's got, you know, they're learning a lot and they're enjoying it. So we're just thankful for that.
That's awesome.
So is your bigger part of the business more of like the pre-built, like do more people assemble them at home, or are more people having you guys come out and do it for them?
Yeah, 90% of our coops are production coops that I never even see. I don't even know where they're going. And the idea is I want people to have the best coop for the best price. And I'm trying to get people to realize those cheap Chinese coops are really coffins. And it's not that our coops are expensive. Those are cheap and you're going to regret it. And I'm trying to educate people, which is why we do this show, is to try to teach people, here's what you need to know. And you're going to realize why we do what we do. And people say all the time, Matt, you were right. We keep coming back to your website. Or Matt, you were right. We regret trying to build it ourselves. We would have saved money. So that has been my really huge focus here where we are here. But our custom coops, I tell you, we got 2 road crews going now, and just absolutely love and appreciate all these opportunities that we have with the custom coops, especially coming up. And this is why I wish they would do the show. They have no idea what they're missing. And like the last call we just got off of, we are replacing a huge custom coop we did out in Calistoga, California, that unfortunately burnt down in the glass fires.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge, beautiful coop. 100-year-old barnwood. It was just absolutely amazing. And I mean, movie stars come down and look at it as they walk to this winery. Well, anyways, the owner called us up and he goes, I want to rebuild it, but we got a lot of trees we harvested from the fire. So now we're going to be able to use that lumber in the new coop. So there's
That's awesome.
So many cool things
That's
happening.
Amazing. That's very cool.
Well, we will keep spreading your name. We love what you've done for us.
Thank you.
I know when I'm out of my element, and when it comes to, coops and it blows me away how much ingenuity goes into the feeding systems and just down to the minutest details of where they drink and where they poop. And I mean, it's you've made it where it's not a disgusting coop, and that's beyond me because I have a disgusting coop. It's outside. And so
how long is your wait list for their teams that travel?
It's fall.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a call.
We have Chicoletta right now who's
sitting on
some eggs. So we have new chicks coming soon. And
don't break the broody. That's my motto. Don't break the broody.
Yes. Okay.
So what's next
we'll keep
for
you
them?
posted. We're on chick duty.
We're on baby watch right now.
Yeah.
So what's next for Jenny and Dave?
Oh, well, Luke, no more. That's a lot. Our 2-year-old keeps going in the fridge and grabbing food out. Well, right now we are working on season 4. We're not supposed to talk about it, but it's okay. So we're filming right now, and that season 4 will air in the fall. And
we've got
more products coming to Walmart. We have indoor products like dishes and just indoor decor that we're really proud of. Some really cool pottery pieces and just products that we've been working on for a really long time. So those are coming out this fall.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, keep up the good work, guys. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity that we had out there. And I hope, we get to do something again in the future. I would absolutely love that.
All right. We'll keep you guys in mind. All right.
Awesome.
Talk to y'all
Thanks,
soon.
Take care. Bye.
I love the applause in the background. That's awesome.
That's live.
Huh?
Great job.
Aren't they the greatest people?
Yeah.
Great job.
You
did a great job. They were very happy customers.
Yes, I didn't expect that.
You did a great job on that coop.
You didn't expect happy customers?
Well, I didn't expect it's because again, you got to remember. I mean, they're world famous and they're doing all this stuff, but it makes me so happy to know they're just regular humans and how happy they can be with having a company come in and build them a coop and how they can continue that positive effect from the coop, like bringing in the ladies. I think she called it Saving Grace to take care of that coop.
That's a nice touch.
I mean, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I love that they reached out to them to put that all together.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like they really give back to the community, which is so great. It's not just a show about them and rehabbing houses, but it's making the whole community better.
Yeah, and they have their own nonprofit. I can't remember what it's called, but it has a lot to do with where they planted a bunch of blueberry bushes out at their farm. And I think they have people come in and pick them and sell them and just really cool stuff. And I thought, I hope you viewers out there that are watching right now, I hope you appreciated that. If you were coming in late, that was Jenny and Dave Mars from the show Fix It to Fabulous, which airs on HGTV. They are not paying us to say anything, do anything. That was just a normal, real conversation about their chicken coop and their chickens and just great, great people. And I forgot I messed with him. And boy, did I play my poker face.
Oh, yeah.
That should have made the cut, without a doubt.
I'm sure they had a lot of good material there.
Yeah, that and Jenny doing, I forgot about the chicken dance, but I remember her doing chin-ups. And I was like, oh, that's going to make because I had to figure out ways to bring them down to try to get as much airtime as possible. And the simple fact that Dave did name drop, I thought was huge.
Now, there were 2 things that I wanted to ask that I didn't, and that was, how did you get into chickens? I love asking that question.
Right.
And why isn't the chicken coop on the website?
Oh, right. Yeah. See, I wanted to be very respectful of their time. They even gave us an extra 5 minutes. I'll bet you they'll do it again.
Ingrid, do you want to show the website?
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah, they have a very nice website here where you can book it right there.
Wait.
Your stay
Oh,
at the Welcome Inn.
No, I got it, I think. Yeah.
There it is right there. So again, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the show, check it out. We were there doing their chicken coop, and I got to see a lot of the behind the scenes of all the work that went into this home. And coming from the world of construction, I can understand it is stressful. And I can tell you, you budget a certain number, figure that out, and then double it. And I know that's what's happened to them, but just brilliant with the colors, the design. I know it's hard to please everyone, but this I love. You know, I mean, they left open brick, they left open beams, and then the wine cellar down in the basement. We had to keep going down there while they were working on that, and we were fighting over electric with the contractors. There's just so many things.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. We're trying to paint the coop, and they're excavating the soil in the dust. It was bone dry at the time, which actually, thank God it wasn't raining. The amount of dirt that kept blowing on the chicken coop. Ingrid, I think you actually brought in a bunch of pictures that I was hoping to share.
I did a little bit while you guys were talking.
Yeah, and that website is the welcomein.co.
Yes.
And I forgot, I wanted to show off the gift from last week that Ingrid brought in. I wanted to show that to him. I forgot all about that.
What am I doing?
I'm letting you do your thing.
Oh, okay.
How much is that
How much is what?
to stay there?
Oh, I don't know. I will say something else, too, that I learned when we were in Rogers, Arkansas. You know, truth be told, hold on a minute, Ingrid.
All right.
Thank you. I got to see what's going on. So there's the coop right there. And just, I mean, look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I mean, it looks even nicer now since they did all that landscaping.
I did see someone ask what size it was.
What you're looking at, let's see. I bet you there's another picture here. Oh, we got to go in order.
You have to take the other one off.
You are correct. You are correct. Talk about painting. Shawnee, our painter, I often joke that, he gets paint on him. So the size was, I believe, 8x8 with an 18-foot run. Okay. A very common size for our Craftsman Coop. Mm-hmm. Just absolutely such a popular coop. There it is, getting framed out. Me taking some selfies. There's a great drone pic. Just what a beautiful coop. I love the white, that soft white, and then you have that contrast, in this case, with a reclaimed door. And if you guys would listen.
I love that door.
Yeah, that door was repurposed from the house, and a piece of glass did actually legitimately break. That sucked, and I heard, I'm like, no, who's messing with me? But it was so easy to fix. Their project manager, Kim, was just like, boom, no problem, I got this. I was like, man, can I take you with me? Do you want a job? But there's that stained glass window. And again,
where did that come from?
The stained glass window? It came from the house.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that episode, sorry.
It's right in the beginning. You did. What do you mean you didn't see that episode?
Oh, is that the same episode?
Anyway.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I've got some homework to do.
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah. All right. So let's, it's 12:30. Ingrid did mention to me that there's going to be some YouTube chicken police coming up.
Right. Do you want to answer some questions?
I would definitely love to take the time right now to get to everyone's questions. And if we can bring those questions up in the comments page so everyone can see their comments and their questions.
Well, I wanted to just say hi to Tanya, because she is very active on our YouTube channel, and we appreciate her support on YouTube and her comments. So, hi, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you so much.
From beautiful, rainy Sheridan, Wyoming. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Fishing Matt Ryan. What's going on, buddy? Matt looked like a slow bolt of lightning on the show when they showed him running on the
I love that clip. If I can make a clip
whatever. So we did talk about, and we weren't sure if we were going to be breaking some rules and all that paperwork we had to sign, if we're allowed to show it on the show. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. My very first couple seconds of national TV, they show me running. I'm like, my God, I can't get out of my own way. Boy, did I put on some pounds. Okay. Truth be told, I was told to run in. I did not.
Okay.
I was not.
Well, you did well.
Mm-hmm. Question.
Pocket joints versus tenon joints for your 2x4s and your Carolina Coops. Which is best?
Boy, is this a touchy subject right now.
From Danielle Herman.
I'm going to share real quick that we are dealing with something that I knew was going to happen. Thank you, state of California. I have all my opinions, but bottom line is they are forcing a customer of ours to have the same building codes as a home.
Whoa.
Even though it's not a structure you live in. And in California, there's three things. You got the structure, structural integrity. You got seismic, which means the earthquakes.
Right.
And fire resistant. What a nightmare. We have an awesome engineer that's been working on it, and I was up to like midnight last night trying to finalize some things. And truth be told, I mean, our coops are a giant piece of furniture, but when they're designing a house, they have to go by specs based on tests that have already been done. No tests have been officially done on pocket screw joinery. And we do have a video hopefully coming out where we got to redo it. Last week, after the last week's show, we did a TikTok video that isn't up yet, where we were testing the strength again of our trusses, a rejected truss, which is pocket screw joinery. And do you remember how many pounds it took to break that?
It was over 1,000. Just
1,004 pounds to break that joint. And here's the thing I want to say to people that are questioning, okay, should I do pocket screw joinery or tenons? All right.
Do you want to explain the two for people?
Oh, that's a good point. All right, so you got pocket screw joinery where you drill a pocket hole and you screw the board that has the pocket hole in it to another board. But the beauty about pocket hole joinery is the screws go in cross grain. So it's very, very strong, especially if you're using Doug fir like we do. Going into SPF or whitewood, it's going to strip out. It's not going to be nearly as strong, which is kind of bringing me up to what we've been talking about.
And you glue.
Screw
and glue.
Screw and glue. Glue does not matter to the county because humidity can change things. The person applying it can change things, whatever. Glue is stronger than the actual wood itself, and we see that over and over. So again, to answer this question.
So tenon joints would
that's right. So tenon joinery is when you take a piece of wood and you're going to actually cut a tenon on the end. So and it's going to mate with another piece of wood that has a square hole called a mortise. All right. So they mate together. It's
you glue those?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's a video on that.
Yes, I was just gonna say there is a video on it. We could probably bring it up. I wanted to show people a level that we take it to. Should you want to pay for it, it's way overkill, but it is nice when we do chicken coops out of 4x4 construction. It's the best way to join 4x4s together. Now, tenon joinery is very time consuming, but it is one of the oldest forms of joinery, and it's probably the strongest form of joinery. However, what we have learned with pocket hole joinery is it's stronger than the wood. So if time is important and having something that is going to be very affordable in your joinery application, it's, in my opinion, the way to go. But if you want the bragging rights of mortise and tenon, then go to mortise and tenon. Ingrid's bringing it up right now. So yeah, go ahead and screen share. And, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but
let's take I'll just mute that.
Okay. Yeah. So she's working a little bit behind the scenes. We're going to bring it up to kind of show you a video that's on our website. Me showing the difference or showing what mortise and tenon joinery is, maybe compared to pocket screw joinery. And Ingrid.
I'm just getting to the.
I know.
Good part.
I don't mind people seeing what you're doing. We don't got. I think they'll appreciate this. Oh God, was I looking? Boy, have I aged? Holy cow.
We all have.
No. All right. So there it is. Look at it, slim and fit. Back when I didn't have as many white hairs. So there's the video right at, so you just went to youtube.com and did a search mortise and tenon Carolina Coops. Okay. Mm-hmm. It could be that simple. There I am showing you in our old shop in New York what mortise and tenon is. So again, if you're weighing the pros and cons, pocket screw joinery, if done correctly, is extremely strong. Extremely strong. If it ever fails, the wood's going to fail before the joinery. Mortise and tenon is just...
Look at that shot.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's how you drill a square hole. And as a woodworker, I absolutely love it because you have to be dead nuts accurate. There is no room for error. And it's very satisfying to drill a square hole. Look at that. And we've actually, one of my old guys, he broke that bar, believe it or not. No, he actually broke the original bar and I had to put a stainless steel bar in there. But there it is. I mean, there's no better way to just... spend some time in the shop. You get the right depth. So on and so forth. So hopefully that explains mortise and tenon versus pocket hole joinery. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the money shot right there. Here we go. It's going to slip right in. Look at that.
So that's Doug fir going into pressure treated.
It is, because pressure treated is going to be on the ground, but you can absolutely get away with regular Doug fir going all the way up, which is what I recommend, because pressure treated lumber, boy, does that stuff it moves on you, and it's a little bit more difficult to work with. There we go. All right. So 7 minutes.
Wow, I'm working hard today.
You are on point, Ingrid. Good job.
I want what she had for breakfast.
So another question from Daniel Herman. Should you paint all the wood before you build so that the wood is protected?
Should you? I see what she's saying. So what she's saying is
He.
Danielle. Oh, Daniel. I'm sorry. I thought I said Danielle. If you paint all your parts before you put it together, I would say there's definitely a huge benefit to that, because one, you can paint all the parts maybe indoors, so you're not so at the mercy of the weather. And when you are combining two pieces of wood, when you're assembling the coop, you do have a layer of protection between those two pieces of wood. So I would say it is definitely an advantage. Don't need to, but an advantage if you have the ability.
Does it affect because when you paint, you're actually making it a little bit thicker. Right?
Fun fact, each layer of paint, now we're not talking about stain, even a solid acrylic stain, paint. How thick is every layer of paint? Do you guys know?
No.
I wonder if our audience knows. Every layer of paint adds a thickness, and it does become a nightmare. So you don't want to paint the end of your freeze blocks, if you will, because then you're really going to go crazy. The answer is actually a sheet of paper. And when you think about it, with the construction of our coops, if you do 3 coats and 3 sheets of paper, and then it's at both ends, now it's 6 sheets of paper, and that's going to be maybe about 30 seconds. And that may not sound like a lot, but when it adds up part after part, oh yeah, that could turn into a nightmare. So you do want to be careful. One of the reasons why we actually love solid acrylic stain, it actually penetrates into the wood. You'll have a lot less maintenance with solid acrylic stain. It'll look like paint. The disadvantage of solid acrylic stain is because it penetrates into the wood, you will have stamps leak through, and you'll see it. You'll have the tannins in the wood and the knots leak through, and that can turn into a nightmare, especially if it's really, really warm outside.
You can sand the stamps on the wood, though, right?
You
Or
can.
prime 'em.
What we do is we use an oil-based primer.
With stain?
Yes. Well, okay. To be technical, you are correct, because if you put that oil-based primer on, that means it's going to stop the stain from coming in. It's such a small area. We've never had any issues, but Ingrid is correct. In theory, good job, Ingrid. Boy, she was an A student. Stain is meant to penetrate, so if you are going to go over with a solid acrylic primer, in this case oil base, it was actually recommended by the paint distributor to do that. We just haven't had any issues. It did work.
And we use Woodscapes, right? Is that what it's called? Woodscapes?
Yeah, we use Woodscapes by Sherwin-Williams. Very expensive, but it's well worth it. Great product.
And I saw a really surprising accounting of how many gallons it takes to do each coop. And I was shocked. Do you have those numbers?
Not in front of me.
Yeah,
it's I tell you.
It was really, really surprising how much is used.
Yeah, think about it. When you're using it's about 60, 70, 80 bucks a gallon. And we'll go through 20 gallons easily. It's not pretty. And also very, very time consuming.
So people are asking about the feeding system in the coop for Dave and Jenny, because you did...
we did a feeder hopper, so actually I'm just going to take over. Is it all right if I take over? All right,
and by the way, for an American coop, 6x12, 6 gallons. And that's spraying, so it might be a little less if you roll it on, right?
6 gallons for
a 6
I am
by
heavily
12.
distracted, not paying attention
And 6
now.
by 30, 10 gallons.
Where's our website?
A Craftsman takes
versus Carolina Coops.
20 gallons.
Oh, the one right in front of me?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, so let's bring up the website. I already forgot what the heck we were just
So you
talking
might be
feeder
losing
hopper.
money on your paint. That is really, really expensive. If they cost that much.
And here's the other thing. I can't say it enough, and we have to get these videos done because I want people to realize when you get your coop and it's not painted and you want it to look like our coops do on the website, yeah, we too spend 2-3 days caulking, wood filling, sanding. you're not the only one. It takes so much work if you want that beautiful finished look. You don't have to, but if you want that, you're dealing with an organic material. We do everything we can to make sure the best face is facing out, to make it as easy as possible for you. But we've had a couple people like, oh my gosh, Matt, you won't believe how much time I had to spend. I spent 2 days wood filling. Oh yeah, us too. All right, so.
Feeder hopper. So do you think staining is like less effort than painting?
Not when it's a solid stain. I would think a transparent stain.
Yeah, just like a wood stain that brings out the natural wood, like you would do.
I think so. Wouldn't that be a little bit less work?
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll try to keep it short. It depends, because you can spray it on, but then you're gonna end up having to brush it in. And if you have a semi-transparent stain, the amount can make all the difference in how rich or dark it becomes.
That's true.
And then if you got multiple people doing it, those 2 people are gonna. You can see the difference, or you brush it on by hand so you don't have a lot of air bubbles. I mean, it can get a little tricky. Long term, without a doubt, staining, whether it's solid or semi-transparent, is going to result in less work. If you paint, you will have maintenance.
Okay.
All right, so here's a feeder hopper. Now, this is not the one in Jenny and Dave's coop. So now we can officially come out with the video, right? We have so many behind-the-scenes videos from their coop. And truth be told, you wouldn't believe, I don't know, it probably didn't get included on
No, I didn't put it on the website.
All right, so the feeder hopper is inside the hen house, and this is just one of the greatest ways to make it so that you have at least amount of work when it comes to feeding your chickens. It's just a cabinet inside, if you will, and here you can see the, oh, wait a minute, you probably can't see because my head. And I hear Ingrid huffing and puffing. What?
I'm not huffing and puffing.
Okay.
I just can't breathe. Sorry, it's allergies.
I know. I hear
Sorry.
you. All right. So if we zoom
How
in,
much feed does that hold?
Oh, I just did something seriously. 200 to 300 pounds. It depends on what size feeder hopper it is. It's. I wish we had the pictures of theirs because it makes it real easy to explain. But it's just like a laundry hamper. Oh, you got it, Ingrid?
Well, just talk amongst yourself and I'll get it. Okay.
All right. Thank you. It's just think of it like a laundry hamper. Inside, you pull your feed bags out from underneath the hen house because you got all that wonderful oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Let's just, bring that. Oh, that's right. And theirs was very different. I tell you, here's an example of when you get into designing a chicken coop, there is a domino effect. And here's what happened. We couldn't have the upper part of the hopper because we had to have the window off to the right, as you see here in the hopper. You wouldn't believe, and I got this all on video. There's the inside shot. So we line it with high density. It's at an angle because it's all got to, eventually make its way, using gravity down to the bottom. And so I want you guys to picture this. Here we are. The production company is like, Matt, you got 3 hours, 2 hours. I think at about the 2 hour mark, we're just now trying to put the hopper in their coop.
Yeah.
Wouldn't fit.
Ooh.
Wouldn't even fit through the door. And I have this all on video. So when Ingrid does the walk around video, you guys will be able to see this. The solution was I had to cut out the casing to the door. Store-bought, pre-hung door. In there with the Japanese saw, cutting everything so perfectly so we could have just the right amount of room to play like Tetris. We had to push it in and then push it in that way. You couldn't turn. There's no room. And then piece it back together in time before Jenny and Dave came down with their chickens to shoot the reveal of their chicken coop. And if you look at it, you would never know what we had to do. Thanks. Whoa. Oh, was I mad? I was like, this is the real things that happened. And of course, the film crew didn't catch it. And it's probably better they didn't.
There's so much stuff. And when you're editing things like that, it's a lot. And you have to make a decision. Do you want this? Do you not?
You make sure when you're doing the video walk around for their coop, that's where we started the Evan and I wish he was here right now. Never gonna see it. Never gonna see it. We started the old salt and pepper. Never gonna see it. Woo, woo, woo. I mean, we're literally singing and dancing like idiots, and that's
Didn't you do that in Santa Fe?
Oh, well, it started at the HGTV coop, and then we ended up out in Santa Fe after that. Not the one before.
Okay.
Years ago, the other custom coop in Santa Fe. So we just kept doing that, and then the rule is, when someone starts saying never gonna see, everyone's got to stop what they're doing. Start, no matter what they're doing, if they're up on the ladder or whatever, they start singing and dancing. Everyone would do it, but Sean, he just didn't want to do it.
Oh.
But we have that all on video. All right, questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to get back to. I want to be able to say thank you to all the people here taking the time to watch the show. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're now just joining us, and if you didn't catch it earlier, we had Jenny and Dave Mars on do kind of a follow-up interview on their wonderful coop we did at the bed and breakfast. But if you have any questions, please.
What episode was it again?
Yeah, it's
episode 3.
It's called
Turning Point.
Fix It or Fabulous. Welcome in on HGTV and Discovery Plus. The episode that had the coop on it was episode 3. It's a part of a 4-part series. I would recommend all of them because it's really like what they did with that house.
Yeah.
And even the last episode they found someone who originally lived as a child in that house. So that was
I was there that day.
Oh, were you?
I got
really
to talk
cool.
to him. He was cool.
That is a nice touch.
And I probably talked to him for like half an hour out front, and I'm just in awe of it because that is fascinating.
Yeah, he grew up in that house, and it just, it was in disrepair at, decades after. But so we have a question.
Yeah, I like that one right there. Whew,
yeah.
God, get me off the hook here. There you go.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of calls with mixed flocks now.
So Anthony says, does having a mixed flock of chickens and ducks reduce some predators, or do all the predators go after the ducks just the same? So does it help to have a mixed flock?
I don't think so.
As
I
far as
think all of those, poultry in general is tasty to predators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like they have a seafood allergy or something. It's like,
well, hold on. He's saying, does having a mixed flock, and he's referring to chickens and ducks, reduce some predators? It definitely wouldn't. But adding, I remember one time you had a Royal Palm turkey, and you said that turkey would actually help protect the chickens. And of course, we talked about the guardian geese, but I know here we're just talking about chickens and ducks. Now, if anything, you might, ducks are so good. The duck eggs. Love them.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take that one off.
I miss having that turkey. Oh my gosh. He was such a great pet.
I'm building my own coop and have learned so much from you guys. Awesome. How big should the chicken door be from the hen house to the run?
Chicken sized.
I tell you, that question comes up a lot. And we talked about this a little bit last week, where the theory is that maybe you want to make it even bigger if you have reluctant chickens going up the ramp.
Right. You don't want it just chicken sized. You want it bigger than your chickens.
Oh, yeah, you want to make sure the chickens get through it.
Right.
I don't know. We use our standard sizes based on an automatic door. That's how we come up with it, because to me it just makes sense. So
what is that, like 12 inches?
Well, and actually, to be fair, it depends on which door. But our Guardian, so our standard door on the run, I don't even know. Actually, now I think about it, it's just based on the chicken Guardian door. But I have seen my turkeys, ducks, and chickens all go through that with no problem. But I know there are some people, they're like, no.
And he's talking about the door on top of the ladder.
No, I know. I know. But I'm just trying to remember the size, and I don't. And I don't want to make people think you got to put an automatic door on the front hen house. But that's how we came up with our size. And I want to say it was 8.5 inches by 12, if I remember correctly.
I think it almost looks, having a dark Brahma, it almost looks like, that's too small. But they're like kind of floofy. It's like a cat with their whiskers. Like if the whiskers can fit, they can kind of get in there. And some of them might have to duck, or some of them will duck because they want to get out of the door, whatever. It doesn't seem proportionate to all the chickens sometimes, but there's never been a problem.
Yeah, right. So I would say probably industry standards 12 by 12. But if you're building an opening for a chicken to go through and you ever think you might put an automatic door on it, that's what should determine it.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chicken Guardian isn't the ideal door for the top of the ladder because it opens vertically.
I want to do a show. So someone is asking about fermenting chicken feed. I want to do a show all about fermenting chicken feed.
I don't even see it.
I know. There's so many questions.
We should try it.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
I think Ingrid, you've tried it, right?
I'm thinking about fermenting my chicken feed. What are your thoughts on this? I ferment chicken grains that I add to it. So the feed I use has, I guess, pellets and seeds in it. And it takes a lot to ferment that. In a big quantity. So I give them fermented grains that I put just in a ball jar, and it's a probiotic. So I guess, they love it. The squirrels love it. However, there is the school of thought that says that because chickens keep their food in their crop, they're actually fermenting it themselves.
Which they are. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So is it necessary? Some people say like fermenting the feed will add to the feed because it expands the stuff, but you also have to worry about mold. You have to be careful. Yeah. So to me, doing it in the small mason jars. Yes, Matt?
He got a squirrel moment.
He did. He got very excited.
I will say, too, that I've partnered with some homebrew clubs, and they are happy to give me their spent grains.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
In exchange for eggs.
I'm going to assume Nan has not chimed in yet. Nan, if you are listening, I would love the samples. There's so much great stuff going on, and I hate when I forget it. We got some samples from a customer, and we promoted what she did lately, Gail. She put her coop together, and we showed it off. She did an amazing job.
Yeah, that was on Instagram.
And she called me up. She said, Matt, I had to buy hemp from one of your competitors because when I went to order your hemp, it was so expensive to ship it, and I think that was just happened to be a short little window of a snafu of pricing, which Ingrid is definitely, she jumps on and fixes right away. Anyways, she sent me the samples, 4 bags. And I want to, if anyone out there is listening in the building, please bring them to me. They're right on my desk. I want to show them to you. This is fascinating.
Coming.
Thank you. I want to see what your thoughts are. Okay, now don't just jump right in. Give me a minute, okay, to explain what's going on. So what brought that up, though? Something just triggered that thought.
Mold and fermented.
Yeah.
Right. So my thought about fermenting is I did it a lot for the pigs. But you definitely got to have grain. And I love this mill that we can buy chicken feed, goat feed, and pig feed from. It's all grain. It's not like pellets compressed together where that's just going to turn to mush. Does food ferment in nature? What did chickens eat before we were feeding them? You know what I mean? So to me, I think that's another thought we have to think about.
Right. Like I said, I do it on a very small scale with mason jars and just give them a little bit in the morning, but I mean I don't think I have to. I've just done it now for 4 years, so I just keep doing it. I give them that with a bunch of other things, microgreens and grapes and blueberries and all sorts of fun stuff. So Homestead Engineering said he was painting his coop today and stopped to come and watch the show.
Yeah, I just read that. Thank you. That is awesome. All right, here comes the wonderful Nanner making it all happen. How's it going today, Nan? A job I would never want is Nan's job. Oh my gosh, how she does it. All right, you ready for what's going on?
I don't know.
What'd you do?
I don't know. It's, Max just are nuts.
God forbid Max. Are you ready for this real quick? And again, thank you for all your questions and comments. Please bring them in. I promise we will get to them. Or I'm going to make sure Ingrid we get to them. Yes, I'm promising, and we'll do a rapid fire in case we don't get to them. And I do want to do YouTube Chicken Police, but if we don't get to it, I'd rather focus on the questions and comments coming in than to just satisfy my own self. Oh, God. Already. I mean, all right. Really? So check it out. Okay.
Oh, you can smell it even
Isn't
through the
that crazy? Now, here's the thing. Does it look bad?
No, you can't see it. Put it closer to yourself.
Looks like hemp. It's a little chunky.
It doesn't look bad.
No.
Careful. Open that up.
Yeah.
Oh, how can you do it that close, that long?
And there might be, maybe I burnt out my nose smelling chicken poop.
What does it smell like for people that are not seeing or
So you Southerners, unfortunately, don't understand this because you don't have basements here. You go up north, you go down into most people's basements, especially in an old house. It's that mold, musty smell. Awful.
It smells a little chemical-ish.
Ooh, I've heard rumors. I've been taught you never beat up your competition. That's not what I'm doing.
Hey, Ingrid, have you smelled these?
I have not.
Here, Ingrid.
I'm going to toss you one.
She almost caught it too. Oh, she's shoeless like me. Are you shoeless? I took my flip-flops.
I didn't catch it because I was tethered from
here's the thing I don't get. Yeah.
That is a basement. That's a musty basement smell.
Spoken like a true New Yorker. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you smell any chemical in there?
I see. It's so bad.
Oh my God, it's awful.
So again, we are smelling some hemp that a customer of ours bought. A Coop customer bought some hemp from another company, and I felt so bad for her when she was telling me this.
It does look good too,
and it looks good. That's the thing I don't get. So we need to.
I would not wear this around my neck.
Yeah, please don't. That's a good point. They all smell just as bad.
Oh God.
I would love to know where to send this, where they can analyze it and tell me why it smells so bad. Because it's awful. It is. It's when I opened up that box, it was downright awful. So we sold her a couple new bales. When the hemp comes in, should be today.
So Patty is asking Do you sell the feeder hopper on your site? I couldn't find it.
Do we?
If it is on there, it's on the Craftsman page.
Yeah.
Do we sell the feeder hopper separately?
For other coops? I don't know. I only.
So, what was that?
I don't know.
That was a weird sound. So switch to, go ahead and switch
No.
to, yes, because
No.
you do such a great job with the website.
Well, there it is.
Yes, people would love to see the navigation of you going around our wonderful website that Ingrid has created from scratch, does an amazing job. So much great information on there, but exactly what you just brought up. Let's talk about that.
And I get compliments on the website and all the information on there every single day.
Well, thank you. There's always okay.
I can't.
There's
Okay,
always,
here we go.
All right. There's always improvements to be made.
So here, there's the external feeder hopper. Now, I am not a fan. If you are going to buy a coop and you don't get the Craftsman, then yes.
I don't think that's a feeder hopper. Isn't that? That's a feeder hopper, or is that a storage?
No, that's a feeder hopper.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's a feeder hopper, but that's
Why would
what
I
we call an
question you?
external feeder hopper. And I think what happened is Evan, finally got around to creating the external feeder hopper based on a lot of requests for our coops that don't have room inside the hen house. So if you are thinking about getting a Craftsman coop, my recommendation is definitely get it where it's inside. That way you're not, unless you're looking for exercise, walking around 50-pound bags all the way around here.
Or you can drive your vehicle right up to that.
Well, not
Feeder
always.
hopper.
I mean, you take a look at, let's go down and look at some. So right there's an example of the internal feeder hopper. And got to check out the video. It took 1.3 seconds to dump 50 pounds of feed in there. And think about it. You go to lift it up, you can set it right on this shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the external one, it is nice. It is nice, okay? It's not as nice as if you can put it inside. But if you have an American, Carolina, even a Cali, we do sell these separately, do we not? Notice.
I have.
Okay, good. Is it on the website?
No.
Oh, it's right there. Feeder
well,
hopper.
that's for the Craftsman Coop.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know how you would incorporate that. We'd have to do an external one for an American or other coops. And if you want to give me prices on that and put that as an option.
We got so many things going on. Poor Ingrid. The merch is almost about ready to finally make it on the website. Yeah,
I'm working so hard.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel so
merch, options, add-ons.
Are we gonna do my idea of the shirt? I was almost gonna ask the audience. I asked my personal friends to chime in, and I don't disagree with what Ingrid's saying. No,
I like this one.
Okay,
we need a T-shirt that says "Don't break the brooding."
Yes, that is my motto.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when you said that earlier.
That and bantams don't count. Chicken math. There's lots of ones that we've talked about that are requested.
What about the one "Don't peck on me"?
Well, you know what I thought. I sent it to you.
Too much.
You revised it.
Thank you. Jeez.
I
revised it. Nan came up with the "Don't peck on me." It is slightly political. I don't want to piss everyone off or half the people, but I think people might appreciate it. I don't know. I maybe I'm at fault trying to get too many people's opinions. You can't make everyone happy, but I do try. Can you use a long chain to hang your feeder, or is there too much sway? No, that is recommended. If you got one of those regular 20, 30, 40-pound galvanized feeders, absolutely hang it. Hang it right in the middle of your run, so that way if you got sideways rain, it's not going to get it wet, and it keeps the chickens from trying to perch on it.
That is the most important thing.
Yes.
I have it underneath the hen house, which also with a...
Yeah,
but it's a smaller one.
Yeah, and that is it's a way to avoid the chain is we would just put shepherd's hooks right underneath the front hen house wall, and then you could just put the handle right on it, and it works out perfect.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay. When will the new hemp bedding be back in stock? Amber can't wait to try it.
All right, thank you, Amber.
Probably today.
It should be here today.
Well,
we got
limited quantities today.
Well, okay,
and then the big truck will be coming shortly after.
It'll be back in stock today. We only have one or two, three. I can't win around here.
No.
We got hemp coming in today. How's it not gonna be back in stock?
Because you weren't at the meeting.
Yes.
If you had been at the meeting.
And
I'm sorry. I was a little busy making sure everyone's happy.
I took notes at the meeting and gave them to you, and it was on
You expected me to read it?
I know. What were you thinking, Kristen?
Hold on.
Well, that's why I sent it to you and Non, so she could read it to you at bedtime or something. I don't know.
You're going to tell me.
We are getting a very limited amount that is going to, that's already pre-sold for
Chicken
custom
coops.
Then in a few weeks, we should be getting the bigger truckload.
Next week, it's supposed to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
Well,
Oh, it better
And
be.
the reason why is when we're already sending 1,000 or 2,000 pounds on a pallet, the hemp is almost free shipping because it doesn't add to the cost. But if we don't ship it with the coop and we ship it later, it can be hundreds of dollars to ship. So it just doesn't make sense to leave the people buying coops hemp free.
I know. I get your guys'
We need to hold back just a few for the
I don't like
coops that are
holding
going
back.
out.
I don't like holding back. We have
I know
hemp
you
coming
don't
in.
hold back. I know you don't
right,
hold
they're already
back.
sold though. Those
True, but their coops aren't going to go out maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, however long. Why not sell it now?
all right.
if
This
we
is
know-
not a discussion for
we'll
the
hold back
podcast.
just-
This
I
is a
just I
question.
want people to see. Boy, I wish we could film our meetings. It's like and we all
You
disagree.
mean
And
the mandatory meeting that you called that you weren't a part of?
I'm sorry that I had a scheduled meeting
Why would
with
you schedule
a
something
company
during our company mandatory
that
meeting?
is spending a ridiculous amount of money. I was blown away when they told me how much this production crew is going to be to come in and film us and about our products and how. Yeah, so it was kind of important.
Let's move along.
All right.
Kelly says, any tips to get rid of red mites? I can't seem to get rid of them, and I don't want to get rid of the coop and start again.
Okay, you definitely do not need to get rid of the coop.
That used to be a bug guard.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Ingrid is on point today. Love it. All right.
I think we need to switch seats.
First things first. Anytime you have a pest-related issue, positive identification. There's a handful. I'm going to say a handful of species of mites that are red. And one way to tell the identification is when you crush them. One will crush and be brown. One will crush and be red. That can identify
You mean
one.
their guts?
Yeah, one could be a clover mite, and one could be I think even roost mites might be red. I tell you, it's been a while, and I hate that I'm losing my touch. Bottom line is you got to first so you take some pieces of tape, all right, clear tape, and catch those little buggers on the tape, all right? And then you take it to the microscope, and then you look at them. And believe it or not, you'll be amazed. It's not that hard to positively identify them, but that is a must, absolute must.
Really? Maybe the treatment is the same for both mites.
You're breaking a major rule.
I don't know.
There are different species of mites that react different, that live in different places. So you will be unsuccessful in whatever your application is going to be or your way of getting rid of them if you don't understand why they're there, where they're living, what are they feeding on.
Aren't they feeding on the chickens?
Yeah.
though?
Not all the time. You'd be amazed. So got to positively identify them. That might be fun. I know we're putting together the show for Pest ID, and it might be a lot of fun to bring up some examples on how to identify them, where you're just counting the segments of the antenna. You're counting the segments in the legs. The way the legs are will tell you the species.
Oh, we're going to be playing that audio clip all hour.
I think I'm going to be absent that day.
So, I mean, I'll give you an example. Like if it's roost mites, and I'm trying to remember what the
I'm
color.
really trying to get
What
excited
color-
about that show, and I can't.
Here. Great book. What color are roost mites? Because I want to say they might be red, but I could be wrong. But those are like bed bugs.
I think didn't we talk about this last week? And we, or maybe with the vet and Dr. Crespo, and she said you use. Sorry, we decided to use what is it? ESP.
Elector.
Now, if you just want to throw a dart at the dartboard like this, then fine.
The nice thing about that,
that's not being a real exterminator.
The nice thing about that is you don't have to hold back the eggs.
That used to be a bug guard.
Positively identify and then go from there. I promise it's well worth it. I did it for many years.
So how would you get rid of mites on a chicken?
It depends on what kind they are.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, you might have to treat them from the outside. You might have to have a systemic medicine, and you got to treat them from the inside. But that also might be just a reaction to reduce the population, but they're going to keep coming if you don't find out where they're living. If you don't know the species, you don't know where they're living, so you can target your application there. It's that simple.
All right.
Oh, here's red mite.
Look at them all. Look at them all.
Nobody can see.
See, and look at, so you get them. Yes, you get them underneath the mic. This is what we should bring up. I do want to do this. And I tell you, it's been so long.
Pictures of some mites here in a table.
And this is what you do. And I'm telling you, the books will even tell you positively identify, and then you go from there. Not to mention, it's illegal to actually use pesticides that are not on the label. Most of them will be. Use pesticides where the pest is not on the label, I should say.
Yeah,
but anyways,
off-label use.
all right. It's already 1:07. I would love to get to some YouTube chicken police, but we don't have to.
We got more questions.
Yes, let's get to them first.
So I have fishing Matt Ryan. I'm sorry, Matt, but we cover this all the time. You're clearly not watching the show enough.
This is to dust your poultry every 7 days for red mites.
You got to break the life cycle. You got to know the life cycle, or you might be not applying enough.
Okay, so Fishing Matt Ryan says, when I clean out my deep litter, can I put it straight into the flower beds, or do I have to let it rest a while? Matt, we did a show on this.
Ingrid and I would let it rest, maybe for a week or two, but you technically could take the bottom layers and put that directly on your flower bed because that's already rested.
Your show and tell from a couple weeks ago of 5 years worth of, it is here in case you want to bring that up again.
Matt, you don't want anything with
2 years of chicken poop.
Yeah, that's good stuff. You don't want anything with too much nitrogen on your flower beds.
Fine wine, aged 4 years.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get some of that.
Yeah, I made you one to wear around your neck.
I know. I mean to.
And you are. I see you are sporting your
Does somebody
chicken.
have wine?
my chicken poop necklace.
So what is the answer? Just wait.
The answer is if you're taking the fresh stuff from the deep litter, it's probably high in nitrogen. You probably don't want to put that straight on your plants. For instance, we were going to clean out our coop in the winter. We never got around to it, so now I'm going to wait again to the winter. So it'll be over 2 years.
Isn't that a nice function feature?
Yeah, we never got around to it.
I'll just put it off another year. Yeah. That might be the T-shirt. Put it off another year. We'll show someone cleaning out a coop. Not ready yet.
It's just because I want to use that in the garden, and now the garden is active, and I'm not going to put it in there.
That stuff is gold. I tell you, Miracle Grow's got nothing on chicken manure.
I know, and I hear there's a fertilizer shortage. And that's increasing. I
wasn't even going to get into all the things that we're hearing lately. It is getting
there's
freaky.
A lot of people
Why are all of a sudden the food processing plants being blown up, burned down? All of a sudden, they're shutting people down and they're processing their own meat.
Should I get the tinfoil hats?
No, I'm not. No. But I tell you, it's crazy. And just today, supposedly out in Colorado, a positive.
Oh, I saw that too. We're supposed to be ramping down on that.
So what do we do with a broody hen and we have no rooster? Kathy's asking.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Don't break the broody. Give her babies. It's the best way to refresh your flock and to bring in that second generation. She does all the work, and those chicks inherit her place in the pecking order. The other hens won't even dare to look at those chicks.
The other thing, too, I think, is some people, like me, has limited space, but you can even give a broody hen like 1 or 2 chicks. You don't have to give them a whole bunch of chicks if you don't have space or you want to stagger. I just want people to realize that.
Yeah, that's true. Also, you can give her some extras just in case. There might be some that don't make it, but you can, and whatever's left over, it's so easy to sell or give away extra chicks. I mean, there's people buying, selling, trading, brokering on Facebook groups.
Can I take just a minute and ask for people's opinions on the Don't Peck on Me?
Do you have it?
Can we do that?
Do you have it?
Can we, please?
It's your show.
Yeah.
But I like to hear. All right, Nan, can you do me a favor again? Anyone else out there? Just bring in the rough draft of a T-shirt I want to do, and I get how. The worst thing you worst thing you can do in a business is start to do anything politically. And I get that maybe originally over 200 years ago, this was a political flag. And you guys will see what I mean, where it comes from. But it does resonate with today, where people are either being, the local government's fighting against, no, you can't have a chicken coop, to just whatever. I think everyone could relate to this design that we came up with. And I do agree, I run everything by Ingrid. And I like that she has a different view on things, and I want to listen to what she has to say, because everyone knows me. I don't want to upset anyone, but I also like to create something new and give people the option to be able to use it or share it or whatever. I would love to hear what our viewers right now think about it, because I think this is just too damn good to pass up. I don't know. All right, so Nan's bringing it in right now. We're going to bring this up here in a little bit. Yeah, there it is right there. So again, I have an idea for a T-shirt, and I don't want to piss anybody off, and I know that's impossible. and we got our people on YouTube. And I don't want to ruffle any feathers. We don't want to ruffle any feathers. Thank you, Nan. That is the right way to put it. All right, so let's get to a couple more questions. We're gonna get to it. I got a new to see. You gotta just trust me. I know what. Don't hit the mic.
Homestead Engineering said when he ordered his, or she ordered his, I don't want to assume, that when I ordered my hemp from Carolina Coops, it was delivered in 2 days. So.
I've been hearing that a lot. It's crazy. Either things are taking forever, or they're like, Matt, I can't believe it's here already. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing
it ships out pretty quickly. I mean, once you order it and we have it in stock, it ships out and it goes very quickly.
Will DE get rid of mites? Technically, no.
Why is that, Matt?
Because it's too much to get into now, but I think if we explain it right. For example, how are you going to use the DE? Are you going to use it in cracks and crevices where maybe that species of mite is hiding? Or are you going to put it on your chickens as a prevention, just like you'd put on bug spray? You put on bug spray, it doesn't get rid of mosquitoes.
It said to dust the chickens.
You can dust the chickens.
Yeah.
But you can also use DE in the cracks and crevices where they're harboring and maybe eliminate the problem. So there's prevention and control, and then there's elimination. That is going to be a fun show. I can't wait to get into it.
Go ahead. I'm just looking for questions.
Hold on. Well, yeah, no. What do you think of chicken call contest with an entry fee to get bales of hemp maybe once a year? So actually, Terry, I'm glad you brought that up, because I do want to think of more things we can do to engage and be able to give back to our viewers and just do all the things that we're ramping up to. And if you haven't been to our if you have not been to our TikTok, we have a couple examples where Ethan is trying to do his chicken call, his clucking, and his voice was gone. It is so funny. But Ethan, when he's got his voice, he has the best chicken cluck. But yeah, we'll put that in the list of things to talk about. And I would like to possibly do something like that. All right. So I see Kevin Brooks says, don't peek on me. Love it. No, don't peck on me. All right, so here's the idea. Yeah, so Kristen sent me some the other day, and it was a very similar logo. And then I thought about this would make such a great T-shirt. And then Nan said, put "Don't peck on me." So this is green. You don't see it because of the green screen. Isn't that funny? Try to picture the grass is green, and the idea is to do an all yellow T-shirt with it says "Just don't peck on me."
I think it's subtle enough.
Right.
I really do.
Right, and I can understand some people, if they have the wrong idea, can take it the wrong way.
If you had some snakes on there in the background, that might be a little bit more obvious, but...
I wish we could see the green. I mean, we could turn the green screen off for a second, and you'll see what it really looks like. But maybe that'll ruin the shot. Let me know what you guys think. And if you are someone that's like, Matt, that is stupid, that is business suicide, tell me. Because I do like to listen to what people have to say and then make a decision from there. But I think this is just too darn good to...
Anything with a chicken on it.
Exactly. Not too good to... Well, you're really giving Fish and Matt Ryan a lot of action today.
Well, he doesn't always make the show.
Oh, that is true.
He does have some good content.
And he is a huge fan.
So I have a broody Orpington, says Matt. If I give her a chick, would you have to put food and water in the hen house for the chick, or would it be able to go outside in the run?
Yes, she would take that chick to the run, so I would recommend you do that for her so they don't tumble down the ladder. And she's going to raise that chick in the run.
That is the easiest thing to do, but we have seen them do it in the egg hutch.
Yeah, sometimes I'll give a little bit of food and water in the egg hutch while the chicks are hatching, because it could take a couple days for them all to hatch and then for her to get up off the nest, maybe even more than a couple days. Mm-hmm. So, and that's fine. You know, they go through the male for the first 2 days of life.
And you told me years ago that's one of the reasons why you liked that we have removable dividers to make more room in there for a water and feeder.
I just also want to point out that you don't always have to give eggs to the broody. Like, I actually got live chicks to put underneath my broody. So there is other options, because I didn't want to deal with the possibility of a rooster, so I got, I think they were about 2 days old, that I put under the broody hen at night. After 21 days, and I think in her case it was actually 24 just because of timing. And I put I removed the eggs and I put the chicks in the night, and she was fine. And I did have food and water in there. I removed the divider. I had food and water in there, and she was so sick of being up there that she came down. All of a sudden, like a couple hours later, they were all down in the run.
right, so
I don't know how they got there, but they all were.
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna just switch over to this. I think it might be time for rapid fire. Let's bring this up. I really want to make sure we get to everything. I'm not sure if we missed anything up here, and I don't want to repeat things we've already talked about, and I don't want to bore people, but there are some things I'm seeing that I do want to. You need a red check bounced or stamp every note you hand him. And I'm not following that one.
Well, because you're talking.
Where's our Facebook? Okay, there is Facebook. Okay, sorry.
That was a comment based on something earlier. So
Okay,
again,
so I'm
About
glad
how
you're on it.
Probably when I was taking
I
notes
am
for
seeing
you.
I am seeing people that do like this, and I appreciate it. Let me know. Let me know if you like this. Again, you know how today is. You don't want to offend anybody. It's suicide as a business to ever say anything political, and I'm not trying to be political. I just thought everyone could relate to it with everything.
All right.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Oh, well, there was another one I wanted to get to.
There was a T-shirt idea further up.
Okay. All right. That's what you were doing.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. There was something that I wanted to mention. Oh, it was community organizer. She said, this person says, I want a Carolina Coop so bad, saving up for my 7 girls. I love them. So I did want to make sure people know we have 2 options now for financing. So you don't have to save up. That could be an option. A lot of people have been taking advantage of that. There's Non's favorite mother clucker. She tried to get her plates to say that, and they approved it. Then they denied it. She was so mad. All right, so we're at 118. Let's get through this. But is there a couple YouTube chicken police we can address real quick, and then we'll bounce back to here?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't done this in a while. Oh, I don't hear it. Why am I not hearing it? Oh, you have the sound effects? Huh, that's interesting. All right, we'll just get right into it. Because I'm in a good mood, which is rare, so this will be a safe bet, some YouTube chicken police.
Okay. Some of these are kind of long, so I'm just going to...
Fire away. Give it.
So Christy Ingram said, your chicken coops are well thought out to keep chickens safe and healthy, but what about mosquitoes? Biting flies and mites. My parents use screen panels that fit just right into the inside of the coop during flying critter season. Plus, they use different dry herb mixtures, blah, 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 blah. I've gotten a couple of things about mosquitoes and chickens. Can you talk about that? Because I don't even know how to answer people anymore.
I'm looking through my book. I've never seen chickens bothered by mosquitoes. I've never seen them scratching.
I have a question.
Yes.
59.
So my question is, what time of day do mosquitoes go find a place to go lay their eggs, like in standing water? Because the things that keep me up at night is, how can we prevent mosquitoes from laying eggs in the rain barrels without treating it with anything?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so if we have the pump on a timer, what time should that timer go off?
Man, that's actually clever. Another reason for that pump. All right, here's the thing about mosquitoes. They're an aquatic insect. And I'm sure everyone has noticed, you only see them early in the morning or when the sun goes down at night, and all of a sudden you're slapping mosquitoes everywhere. It's because they're so soft-bodied they cannot stand the heat in the middle of the day, or they will dry out. Or to prove that, because people are like, oh no, I've gone into the woods and I've seen them during the middle of the day. Yes, because they're able to hide in the shade. And actually, when we used to treat for mosquitoes to do a large mosquito reduction, we would go into the wooded area right in the beginning of the woods where the mosquitoes hang out and do a fogger to knock them all down. It's actually very effective. Okay, so I don't ever have an issue with mosquitoes and chickens. If anything, they might have fun jumping around trying to eat them, all right? Do we want to prevent mosquitoes from breeding, period? Yes, because mosquitoes are a harmful pest. What animal kills the most human beings on this planet? Mosquitoes. Think about that. It is illegal in so many parts of this planet to make sure you have no standing water. Now, our rain barrels, yes, you turn on that pump, that'll circulate it. That will prevent it. I would say... It would most likely be at night. But the whole point is you don't want the mosquitoes to be able to even get down into the water, and there's a screen on top to prevent that. So
She said a screen on the coop.
Yeah, I'm just not.
No, I know. She's talking about a screen.
Yeah, it was a secondary
I know.
question.
Put a screen on the coop. My God, you're going to hate it because the amount of dust that's going to collect to that thing, you're not going to be able to see through that run.
Right.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with mosquitoes. And I don't really even have a problem with flies in my coop either in the summer.
Yeah, and this book actually says the occasional mosquito does not bother a chicken.
Isn't that a great book? I remember years ago when I was a kid, my parents' lawyer said, Matt, when in doubt, go to the book. I'll never forget it. And I still do it today.
All right. So someone's not a fan of yours.
Someone said, literally, I'm not a fan of yours.
No. Someone who I'm saying is not a fan of yours.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Aztec Warrior said, some people had said on the Michigan Coop that you should be made into a show like Treehouse Masters, right? We had that comment. So they said, this guy said, take that back. Don't insult Treehouse Masters by comparing them to these overpriced and overbuilt coops.
Does he know how much those tree houses cost?
I know.
Question mark.
Yeah. And he said that because you had said that you've never pulled the trigger on a show, and he says, I seriously doubt that networks don't want to throw away money on plain Jane coops. They need to be next level, have skylights, pools, everything automated, shaped like a dinosaur.
Well, there's truth to that. And I don't agree with the networks. And that's where I know I'm going to stick to my guns. They said that. And I said, you guys are missing the point. And I don't want to get into, the UFO chicken coop, the C-130 chicken coop. God, there's been so many crazy ideas. They're like, Matt, you got to make it crazy. I'm like, if that's what you want me to do, but you're missing the point. People are going to care less about that. People are going to want to watch a show that they're entertained, but they can learn from it. And then they're going to take that education and then be able to use it that day to go build their own coop or whatever. People are asking about pocket screw joinery. We're talking about it in a chicken coop. They can use it making furniture at home.
He also said, why would these guys want to show how easy it is to actually build these? Why would they want to show people that they're getting hosed?
Yeah,
easy.
That's another. Is this one of your psycho ex-boyfriends? Yeah,
not a fan of yours.
Yeah, whatever. They're just. I'm sorry, they're jealous. Yeah, go.
Is that his call name?
No one ever responds to this either.
It's Aztec Warrior is the person's name.
Yeah, this sounds like it. Anyways.
So Truth Serum said. On one of the videos, big deal. Enslaving chickens to meet an end is always a horrible thing.
Enslaving chickens. I had a vegan neighbor who accused me of abusing these animals for eggs. And I said, I have these as pets and I'm just collecting what they leave behind. I mean, I'm not forcing them to lay eggs. I'm foraging.
People
they make it really easy for me to forage.
Yeah, people just don't get it.
I explained that those chickens in that coop, I think it was the Michigan coop, I said that they have a better, we should all hope that animals have a life that those chickens have.
Real quick, so I am going through the questions and comments.
Okay.
If you have questions and comments, please bring them in. No, we don't have to finish up with YouTube chicken, please.
There's not much.
Okay, well, actually, then you must be doing a good job, or we're scaring those people away. Here's an interesting question. This is one of the things that you have been wanting to start working on, if not have already done it.
Do you know what will happen mixing a lavender Orpington with a black copper Marron? And that's from Jonathan Welch.
A broody hen. That's taking two broodies.
That will be a broody breed, for sure. I don't know. Lavender is a very unique, that's the blue.
Right. Well,
so
you've
that's
done
recessive.
It. Have you not done it? You've gotten those steel gray looking eggs that are just.
I did not do any of that intentionally. That's just.
No, well, lavender Orpington is just going to lay light brown eggs.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're talking about the egg. Maybe they are talking about.
But if they're talking about the coloring, who knows? I don't know. How does the mottled coloring? Is that like a recessive gene, or is that?
I love the mottled.
I know, but is that a recessive gene? Some things
that
you can't breed two of to get that.
I'm thinking that the black is dominant because I had the black copper Marron rooster, and almost all of his offspring are black.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes, it's that simple, folks. Chickens eat bugs. Having the bugs around, they're gonna have so much fun.
Mine jump up for them.
Yes. Can you add goldfish? Okay, so can you? Yes, and actually. Okay, so I was gonna mention this, and I was like, I'm just gonna get myself in trouble. That doesn't mean nothing if we extend that. Okay, a great way if you got rain barrels around the outside of your house, a great way to make sure you are not contributing to the mosquito population is put feeder fish or goldfish in there, and they will pick those larvae off. They'll keep that water clean.
Even with no light in there or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I've done it so many times. It's amazing. It's so much fun. The kids love it. We have had customers do it in their water for their chickens. And I would be willing to bet, and we should maybe do a test on this, that it's not going to cause any problems. But if the fish are eating, they're defecating. Mm-hmm. So you got to be worried about maybe what they're contributing to the water. But you don't need a lot of fish. And remember, Arthur Chaffin, got over a year ago when we started this show, came on and said the solution to pollution is dilution. So just have a couple of fish, and that's probably all you need in there, and you'll never have an issue. So whether
until the circulating pump turns on.
You have to clean out the barrel when you winterize it, and the chickens have sushi day.
So what about this comment about chickens getting fowl pox from mosquitoes?
I did see that in the footnotes in the book.
I mean,
what is fowl pox?
It must.
It's like chicken pox. It ends up on their face.
Why isn't it just called pox then?
The book called it pox.
Oh, really? I've heard a lot called fowl pox.
No, I know it's a joke because it's chicken pox and it's on a chicken. It's like,
oh my God, I never. Wow. Okay. Wow, that went right over my head.
That's
good one.
Good.
Yeah. No, that is a good. I don't know. Okay, that is a good question.
Well, like I said, I mean, we live down here where it's hot and humid in the summer, and I've never had mosquito problems.
Lori Honeycutt is asking, what is that book?
Yes.
This is the Chicken Health Handbook. I do love this. We are not getting paid to say it. I wish,
there's a link on our website where you can, an affiliate link where you can buy it on Amazon.
Good job.
And we also like the Chicken Health for Dummies, I believe.
Yep.
That's written by a local vet.
We have a couple. Yeah, we have a couple of books on there that we've mentioned on the show that you can get under our Coop accessories and products we love and things like that, all that good stuff.
Haters gonna hate, yeah. And I don't sweat it. As you can tell, I didn't even get a reaction out of me. Back in the old days of beginning YouTube Chicken Police, it would fire me up. But I don't know if there's people watching this. Yeah, maybe you got some real comments get me fired up. Let's bring it. I wish that Karen would have came on. She was the worst one of them all. And I said, if you have a negative comment, I love it because we learn from those people, whether they're right or wrong. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah. So, and I love that so many people are very supportive of us, what we do, the show, the YouTube channel, everything. And before I forget, again, if you haven't already, go to the TikTok. I tell you, TikTok is becoming very, very popular. Our TikTok's becoming very, very popular. Make sure you go there and I guess you follow on TikTok, right? We're going to have more and more videos. Oh, I pissed off Ingrid.
No, I mean, TikTok is, there's just too much.
Hashtag Warrior's been hitting the crack pipe. Your coop is well made and very affordable. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Our coop is booked to ship today. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, coops exciting. Are going out. I tell you, there's been a light at the end of the tunnel. I refuse to give up. We are finding people that actually want to come in, work, hopefully show up to work, and so far so good. We've gotten some pretty good people this week, so we've had an excellent week. Terry Edson, I'm building my run right now. The whole project costs a lot of time and a lot in time consuming. Buying a Carolina Coop is cheaper, faster, easier, and makes sense. Yeah, Terry, you are correct. I appreciate that. We work hard so that can be an honest statement.
Hello, everybody. I am local out of Aquadale, North Carolina. I love what all you do. My wife and I are new to the chicken family, and your videos are wonderful. I'm building our coop this weekend.
Yes,
Thank
awesome.
you, Quentin.
Yes. So I do want to mention something that we're going to go. All right. Unless we can rapid fire. If there's anything else I do want to get to. I do want to mention something that may or may not be coming up. It was going to be in a meeting after hours. Or not after hours, after the show. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of share the idea with people because I think they're going to love it. It's an idea I've been pushing around for a while. We have someone local that called in and said, Matt, we had someone else build a coop for us. Mm-hmm. Boy, do we regret it. Can you come out and fix it? I'm like, absolutely. Let's make a show on it. Because I've always wanted to be able to capture if people either built their own or paid someone else. It's not as easy as people think, and that's what he's saying. So I'm hoping maybe we can go out there and capture what is wrong, what's not working, and then film us fixing it. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. So let me know, guys, if you think that's a good idea. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun to do.
That's a good idea. All right, do you want to wrap it up or do you want to get
Yeah, I'll be honest. I got to pee. I'm starting to do the pee-pee dance over here.
Okay.
I'm going to pick on
next
myself.
Week.
Ooh, next week. What's next week?
Kevin from Epic Gardening.
It's
in
official?
Epic Homestead.
Yes.
It's on the calendar, so it's official in my mind.
That's going to be huge. Yeah, if you don't know who Kevin is, go check him out. Epic Gardening. Big on social media.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal at what he does. And he's got a great way of sharing his information on social media. We did a coop for him. And so it was actually the first, what is it called? I forget the C word.
Collaboration.
Thank you. Collaboration. We're going to have him on. He is actually great to listen to. He's very well spoken, very smart. And we're going to talk about a subject I'm not well versed in, and that's gardening.
But also chickens
Absolutely.
transitioning to the coop.
He calls himself chicken daddy,
Yes,
right?
yes, and he's TM'd it, so smart on his part. I wanted to then talk about his opinion on the to-till or not to till, especially with the deep litter system. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the transition of him bringing his baby chicks to his chicken coop. He's done some great videos, so I thought it'd be great to bring him on.
Yep. So he's coming next week, so everybody stay tuned for next week.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I got to pee. Yeah, go ahead and hit it.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Take care of your chickens and each other.
We're going to get that down.
Is that what it was?
How's it go again? We're going to get that down. Take care of your chickens and each other.
Yes.
Is that it? Awesome. Love it. See you guys next